Jacob,
Ben,
how are you doing?
so apparently Dawn is in the mood for some Jewish stuff today. Um,
Nice.
it jumped again. I had it all lined up.
Well, actually, okay. So here, let's go over. I'll try
On
to
point.
abbreviate this. I
What?
can, can I hear? I can summarize. Oh, you got there. I summarized 19th chapter.
Good job. What
I
was your
don't know.
summary
Yeah.
of the 19th chapter?
Hmm?
What was your summary of the 19th chapter?
Well, it's from the magic book, but
Aha.
no, I'll abbreviate because it's actually long. But because it's a long chapter too. So just to summarize it, is okay. So it spoke about Hasidut. It's speaking about Hasidut piety,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it talks about, I guess it was the details of Hasidut, right? The
Mm-hmm.
elements of Hasidut. So
Yeah.
there are three primary components: the aspect of the deed, um, performing the deed, the manner of carrying out the deed, the good deed, and the intent
Mm-hmm.
when doing it. So um, this concerns both the deeds, the mitzvot between the person and his fellow, and a person and God.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and and then we spoke about how there are various different details and intricacies that have to do with the mitzvot and the good deeds. And piety is really about being able to capture or to take into account all of them, even those that are not necessarily required by the law. So going above the letter of the law, above the letter of the law, is that the thing? Um, right. So performing mitzvot with the fear and love of a God. Um, so the fear is characterized. Maybe a part of it is submission. Part of it is bashfulness. Being in the midst of something so tremendous, um, and reverence.
Mm-hmm.
Love is about the desire to be close to Him, the delight in serving Him. It must not be dependent upon anything that you
Mm-hmm.
get. So it's completely selfless. Should feel natural, like a love of a father to his son. Um, and the intent has two aspects. One is you need to have a focus on performing the mitzvot to increase the honor of God in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it also this focus will also cause you, or is supposed to cause you, genuine distress over the diminution, like the diminishment of his honor,
Mm-hmm.
um, um, which also has something to do with the destruction of the Mikdash and Israel's exile. So, like we said, this is pertinent to the 9 days we have right now. Um, so you have to have that in mind as well. And secondly, the second aspect of that focus is that the Hasid realizes that God loves everyone and desires them to be meritorious, and that He wants them to confer goodness and merit on the entire generation, and this needs to be channeled through the Hasid. So the focus should also be that as well.
Very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, the next six chapters. So, obviously, for Kabbalistic reasons, it has 26 chapters. And the next six chapters are actually quite short.
Mm-hmm.
So, we might end up going through them. 19 is the last one that's very, very long. So,
Right.
we'll see how long it takes us to get through the rest of them. I also have an idea for what we can do next, but we can talk about that later.
I didn't see it. I'm gonna have to look at the recording too. The case for animal souls. Interesting. Okay.
So
Oh,
this,
is that is that your friend's?
yes, it's the super secret project that my friend wouldn't let me talk about until he actually printed it. This book is available on Amazon for anyone who wants to buy it.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that later. But it is, I was zoche to have a hand in helping translate this to English, and it's a long letter with lots of notes and stuff. My friend even wanted to put my name on it, and I said no way, because I will not be held responsible for all the mistranslations. I was
You do
and
not take any responsibility, right? Yeah.
this was an extremely difficult letter to translate. In fact, yeah, I was, several people worked on it. I did the first draft of the translation, but many people contributed much more to it than I did. But also, I didn't want, and frankly, neither did they want their names put on the translation, because it's very hard. It's incredibly Kabbalistic, but I think it's also a very good and important letter. So, well, that's my vote for what we do next. Okay, but let's first finish this up. Mesilat Yesharim, and this I was surprised the scale of piety, that like this is the first time we've had the mishkal of
Yeah, usually it has, right. It has the details of the attribute. It has the what can lead to it, what can diminish it, but never
mishkal. I'm not even sure how he's using the word mishkal. They're translating it as scale. I would have thought it would have been the weightiness or the importance, but
right. Yeah, so that's too possible.
Yeah, we'll see what exactly we mean here. מה שצריך לבאר עתה הוא משקל החסידות הזה. So now we have to make clear the mishkal of this piety. Let's see what he means by this mishkal.
The weighing.
Wow, look at how they translated those two lines. Okay.
Well, for what it's worth,
should we read it?
We could, I guess. Maybe it gives like important context, but like the art scroll here, translates it after having defined Chassidut. What must be clarified now is weighing the property of this Chassidut in situations where it may compete with other values, or where different elements of Chassidut may compete against each other. Interesting.
Okay. Vehu inyan ikari me'od me'od, and this is a very, very central consideration. ותדע באמת שזהו המלאכה הקשה שבחסידות, and know that this is truly the difficult labor of piety. Ki dakuto rav, because it is very, very fine. V'yesh liyatzer b'davar hazeh kenisa gedola, and a person has to endeavor in this a great deal. Al ken nimtzet sakanato atzuma, and therefore it is also a great danger. Ki harbe davarim tovim yuchal hayetzer lerachek ke'elu hem ra'im, because there are many good things which our evil inclination can make us think are actually bad things. V'harbe chataim lekarev ke'ilu hem mitzvot gedolot, and there are many sins which it can make it seem as if they are great commandments, they are great mitzvot, they are good things to do. ובאמת, שלא יוכל איש להצליח במשקל הזה, אלא בשלושה דברים. And the truth is that a person cannot be successful in weighing this, in understanding this, except with three things. Let's see what these three things are. These translations are not making me feel better. Okay, first, achad, שיהיה ליבו ישר שבלבבות, שלא תהיה פנייתו, אלא לעשות הנחת רוח לפניו יתברך. That his heart should be completely righteous, straight, that it should not turn to do anything other than that which pleases God, may he be, that is pleasant before him, may he be blessed. Velo zulat ze klal, and nothing other than this. Chas v'chalila. God have mercy on our souls.
So that's okay. So this is the intent. This basically is the intent aspect, right?
Yeah, your heart should be completely devoted to only doing that which God wants.
Right.
כשיהיה מעיין על מעשיו עיון גדול וישתדל לתקנם על פי התכלית הזה. And he should be incredibly thoroughly investigating his deeds, and he should try to rectify them towards this end goal, this purpose. Oy, shlosha. Or is it shalosh or is it shalosha? My Hebrew is not very good. Chad, shtaim, shalosh?
Chatim shalosh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I always also get shtaim and shnaim confused.
Shtaim is the feminine, shnaim is masculine.
Yeah, but I never know which one to use when. Okay, and I keep on forgetting which one's masculine and which one's feminine. Va'achar kol zot yihye mashlich Yehevo al Hashem.
Yeah.
What is their
burden? Burden on God. Interesting.
Okay. And after that, he should let God do the rest, I guess. Sha'az yomru bo, yomar bo, because this is what it says in Psalms 84, 6:12. What does that mean? 84, 6:12. 6 through 12. Okay. Ashre Adam Oz Lobach Vagomer. Fortunate is the man whose strength is in God. Lo yimna tov laholchim betamim. God will not keep good things, withhold good things from those who walk in tamim. Means wholeness, but it also means simplicity and without too much device, Yaakov ishtam yoshev ohalim.
I wonder if that's. I remember Jordan Peterson making a big to-do about meekness.
Meekness, you can call it meekness. I'm not sure. Yeah, tamim tihuk im Hashem Elokechem. It says you shall be whole with the Lord your God, and that is usually understood as not making too many bargains, too many deals, too many things. Just
right.
Simply walking with God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Amna. But if a person is missing one of these conditions, he's not going to reach this wholeness. The karov hu lekashel lipol dahainu o im hakavana. You know what? Why don't I have the vowels on? I should put.
Oh, wow, there is vowels.
Makes it a lot easier. B'karov hu lekashel velipol dahainu o im hakavana lo tihye muvcheret v'zaka. That is to say that he's very close to stumbling and falling. That is to say, or either his intention will not be that which is best and most refined. O im yitrashel min ha'iyun b'ma sheyuchal le'ayen, or he'll be lazy and not look into that which he has a capacity to look into. או אם אחר כל זה לא יתלה ביטחונו בקונו, or even if he does those two other things, he will not completely have a trust in God. So if one of these three things are missing, at Safaria, the vowels are free. Yes. And hello, Sandy. Yes, it is a great day for Jewish stuff. And yes, Stephen, bring forth the Jewish things. Okay. But I thought that was hilarious. The vowels are free. So it's very hard, even if you do the first two things, that you won't do the third thing. But if he pays attention to all three of them at once, timimut hamachshava, that is the wholeness of his thought, iyun, right, to actually look into what he has done, ubitachon, and to have faith, to trust in God. Az yelach betach be'emet velo ye'uneh lo kol ra. Therefore, he will walk surely in the truth, and bad things will not happen to him. Not sure exactly ye'uneh. What's ye'uneh with an aleph?
I've heard it before. I don't know. Like it happened to him, but I don't know.
Occur,
yeah. But I wonder. Yeah, the root is
befall. They put it. Yeah, I don't know. Aleph nun hey. I'm not a. I don't know. Yeah.
Let me see. I will find the concordance.
Have I ever showed you the Pa'alim constructor website?
Maybe. Is that one of the kind of like the rabbinic tools?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a rabbinic tool. It's a very, very modern tool. This very
No, I mean,
nice
like,
guy.
yeah, it has like, I think the name of the website is something with rabbi or rep.
No. It's the name of the website is Pa'alim. So this is the website.
Wait, I'm not looking.
Pa'alim. Here, I'll put the link in the chat as well. I am a huge fan of this website. And what you can do is you can put the root you think it is and which binyan you would like it to be, right? So this one, ye'uneh, would actually be hufal, I think, right? And then you say C inflection, and it'll give you a whole thing with all of the things, right? So ya'aneh is how it would be if it was in hufal. Apparently it's not. But what it also does in the dictionary is it'll give you various places where it's thing. And te'una is an accident.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Ta'aniya is a mourning or sorrow poetic in expression. Ta'aniyat va'aniya.
I mean, there's Tanit, but it's Ayin.
No, that's Ayin, yeah. Lehit anot means to harass or to trouble. And la'anot means to cause or induce. Yeah, I really like this website. Whoever made it, God should bless him very much so.
So I looked up, there's another website that I like, Ala Torah. I mean, do you know that? It has concordance.
Aha.
That it tells you where that root appears in everywhere in the Tanakh.
You want to put that in the chat?
Yes. So it looks like it has, well, it's only 4 times in the Tanakh, 1 time in Exodus, and the rest in Melachim and Psalms and Proverbs.
There we go.
ואשר לא צדה ואלוהים ענה לידו ושם לך מקום אשר ינוס שם. I don't know what that refers to. Here in the chat.
There it is.
Well, that's just a random page in that website, but the whole website is great. Kind of like
Very good.
Safari, but,
Okay, so now we have two websites you can use if you need for your Hebrew. Okay, yeah, I always end up using the Christian websites, although Safari also has concordance. But yeah, that's a little.
oh yeah, they do. Yeah,
They
but
do,
this
yeah.
one's really easy because you read through it,
Mm,
and then you can just click on you read through the like just if you're just reading Yoshua, for example, and just,
right.
all the verses, you can just click on a word and then it takes you to the concordance immediately.
Beautiful,
Beautiful,
beautiful.
great user experience, amazing.
Yeah,
Okay, let's continue.
cool. Okay. Hu hadavar she'amra Chana b'nevuata, and this is what Chana said in prophecy. Shmuel Aleph, 1 Samuel, Bet Tet, in chapter 2, verse 9. Raglei chasidav yishmor, he will guard the feet of his pious ones. V'David kamochen amar, and similarly David said in his in Psalms, Tehillim Lamed Zayin Kaf Het, V'lo ya'azov et chasidav le'olam nishmaru. He will never forsake his pious ones. He will forever guard them. Vehine, ma shetzarich lahavin hu ki ein ladun direi hachasidut al marehem harishon. And what a person has to understand is that you cannot judge those things that are pious regarding that how they ostensibly they first appear to you. Ela שצריך לעיין להתבונן עד היכן תולדות המעשה מגיעות, but rather a person has to consider and meditate upon how far the results of that action will reach. כי לפעמים המעשה בעצמו ייראה טוב, that sometimes it appears to be a good thing that a person is doing. ולפי שהתולדות רעות יתחייב להניחו. But because it would have bad consequences, person is obligated to leave it and not do it. ולא יעשה אותו ולו יעשה אותו, yeah, Lu, sorry.
It might or it will.
If he does
However,
that, yeah. יהיה חוטא ולא חסיד. He would be a sinner and not a pious person.
So, okay, yeah, maybe. So I was listening.
What? He's going to give examples, obviously.
Okay, so before the example, I think it's a good place to say that I was listening to a conversation.
That's a sin.
What it was a Torah. It was about it's a Torah conversation.
Oh, okay, very
nice. About mitzvot and their sachar, their reward, so to speak.
Yeah. Schar mitzvah.
Right. So the person there was saying that really the mitzvah, the important thing that we want to consider, that is also the important thing to consider at the root of it, like really is the ofen, is the way that you make the mitzvah, and the intent. I think for him it's like it's the same. So that's why the Rambam, for example, and when he talks about prayer in the Amidah, he says if you don't have good intention, don't pray. Like do not pray. Or when you come back from vacation, don't pray for 3 days because you need to resettle yourself.
Yeah.
It was so important that you should not do it. However, today we have this aspect, and he was talking about there was some kind of precedent. I forgot the name of the person that said it. That said, this is not our madriga. This is not our level today. So we do it. We pray. Like yes, of course. If you see that you don't have good intent when you're first saying the first two blessings in Amidah, go back, but you need to do it. on a daily basis. So it's interesting that here is like he's saying this is piracy, but in some respect, this is the original. This is the lechatchila that a person should have. It's like is that you
Look,
should if you
yeah,
only do
ultimately,
mitzvah if you have the good if you have the intent to do it.
right. But I mean, what he's talking about is having all three of those things, right? And that's already a high level. Look,
Right, right. No, yeah.
if you're going to constantly be like, you could end up being a neurotic. And piety isn't neuroticism, right? Piety also isn't making excuses. I, you know, I'm not high enough to pray, so I never say my prayers. Like, no, right?
Yeah.
You're so that's, and I think that's why he's talking about the importance of this, and how this is ultimately a level, right? You reach to this level to have these types of considerations. It's not something everybody should be like, I'm not going to pray correctly, so I'm going to stop praying.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, yeah. At the end of that conversation that I listened to in the QA, somebody raised it, and I think it's it's not something like lechatchila. Yes, I mean we care about the intent, and we should have it, and maybe that's the intention. That's the original intention of the mitzvot. Like that's what God wants you to do, but you can't take away that it's you need to give people levels of working towards something.
So I'll tell you one of my favorite jokes, and this is one of the jokes that Father Stephen also tells in his sermons, because it's a great joke. So on Yom Kippur, they're praying, and the rabbi becomes so convicted in his sins and so repentant, he falls down on in front of the Aron, in front of the ark, and he says, God, I am nothing, forgive me. And the president of the synagogue sees the rabbi be so emotionally overcome. He also falls in front of the Aron and he says, God, forgive me, I'm nothing. And little Yankala in the back sees that these great people are falling in front of the Aron and declaring that they're nothing, and it really touches his heart. And so he runs up to the front of the synagogue from all the way in the back, and he falls in front of the Aron and he says, God, I am nothing. And the president of the synagogue turns to the rabbi and says, now look who thinks he's nothing. V'day l'maven. Okay. Hine ma'aseh Gedalia ben Achikam. And so we have this story from the Bible of Gedalia, the son of Achikam. Galui le'inenu shemipnei rov chasiduto shelo ladun et Ishmael lechaf chova or shelo lekabel lashon hara. Right? So the story, I don't actually remember the story very well.
Is it from the Bible or is it from
it's from the Bible.
Yeah, Bible. Okay.
Yeah, Gedalia ben Achikam, he was a great governor with the Tzom.
Oh, is this Tzom Gedalia? Okay.
This is Tzom Gedalia. So the day after Rosh Hashanah, when my father found out there was a fast day a week before Yom Kippur, he still makes fun of it. He's like, yeah, some people fast a week before Yom Kippur. He thinks it's such a crazy thing, but it is a thing. Anyway, he was the governor of Jerusalem during the first temple, but I don't remember the story with Ishmael and who Ishmael was. That he wanted to. He was.
Oh yeah. This is somebody that this is probably his assassin. And somebody told him that this person is going to kill him. And Gedalia said, no, it's okay. I trust him. Kafschut, kafschut.
Yeah, this is in Jeremiah 40.
Right. So yeah, Gedalia, it's interesting. He's one of those people. There's him. There's somebody from the Beital story.
Yeah.
And that great sages that were so pious
Yeah.
that it resulted in great catastrophes. One of them is also with Kamsa Bal Kamsa. Are we gonna do a Tisha B'Av stream too?
Next Sunday?
Sunday.
We could
Can think about it.
pretend we're Jewish. Okay. So this is in Jeremiah 40. I'm just going to read the verse. Yochanan ben Kareach also said secretly to Gedalia at Mitzpah, let me go and strike down Ishmael, son of Netaniah, and nobody else will know about it. Otherwise, he will kill you, and all the Judeans who have gathered about you will be dispersed, and the remnant of Judah will perish. But Gedalia, the son of Achikam, answered Yohanan, son of Kareah, do not do such a thing. What you are saying about Ishmael is not true. Yeah, and so apparently that was a big mistake.
Right.
Yep. Okay. Nor to accept an evil report, he said to Yochanan ben Kareach, you are speaking falsely of Yishmael. Hold on, we should probably read this in the Hebrew first. L'chav chova o shelo lekabel lashon hara. Amar leYochanan ben Kareach, sheker ata dover al Ishmael. You are speaking falsely regarding Ishmael. Uma garam, and what was the result? Garam shemet hu v'nivzaru Israel. Right? That he, and the result was that he died, and that the Israel was dispersed. The kava gahaltam hanishara, and that last coal, burning ember that was left was extinguished. Ukvar yihas hakatuv harigat anashim asher nehergu alav keilu haragahu. Hargamhu. And we see that in the Bible, it is treated as if that the people who were killed because of this with him were killed by him. Ukamamram Zal, like it says in the Talmud in Nida, chapter 61, I guess, or page 61. 61a. Yeah, okay. Al hapasuk et kol pigre ha'anashim asher hika beyad Gedaliahu. It talks about all of the corpses of the people that Gedalia struck. He didn't strike them, but they were stricken because of him. V'habayit hasheni gam hu charav al yedei hasidut kazeh. And similarly, the second temple was destroyed regarding through such piety. Asher lo nishkal b'mishkal tzedek, that was not weighed correctly in a just measure. B'ma'aseh davar kamtza. There we go. As we talk about kamtza and bar kamtza, the one part of the Talmud that is often usually studied on Tisha B'Av, which is this coming Saturday, but because Tisha B'Av can't fall on a Saturday, we actually fast on the 10th of Av this year, which is this Sunday. Amru Gitin Nun Vav Aleph in Gitin 56a. Savur Rabbanan Karove, the rabbis thought that they would bring him close. Amar lahu Rabbi Zachariah ben Avkulas. Rabbi Zachariah, the son of Avkulas, said, Yomru ba'alei mumin karavin legabe mizbeach. They're going to say that, so the story is about Kamsa. Apparently what he did was he gave the emperor a cow that, as far as the Romans were concerned, was a perfectly good sacrifice, but he had something on his eye which made it not an acceptable sacrifice in Jerusalem. And in this manner, he wanted to cause trouble between the emperor and the priests and the Jews, right? So said that they're going to say that something with a blemish is brought upon the altar.
Right.
Savur lemiktle. He thought to kill him. Amar lahu Rabbi Zachariah ben Avkulos Kulas Yomru matil mum b'kadashim yahareg. Say that a person who blemishes, people will say one who makes a blemish on a consecrated animal is to be put to death. Right.
So
that was his explanation why you couldn't just put him to death.
Well, yeah. So I think there was at first the rabbis. I think the rabbi's position was like, okay, let's. Maybe they said, maybe the first one was like, okay, let's
go ahead and do it. Yeah.
But I was Zachariah ben Avakulos tell them no, because they'll say that the people will say that we sacrifice with blemishes.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, let's kill him then. Let's kill the guy that did this. They would say that So we always kind of found an excuse to avoid it in terms of because of piety. Okay.
Bein kach ubein kach halach oto harasha. But this way and that way, that evil man, behishin et Israel, he went and he informed upon Israel, ba ha-Kesar, the emperor, the Kaiser, the Caesar, whatever you want to call him, vehechriv Yerushalayim, came and destroyed Jerusalem, vahu masha amar Rabbi Yochanan al zeh, and this is what Rabbi Yochanan said regarding this. In vetanuto shel Rabbi Zachariah hechriva et beitenu v'sarfa et hechalenu v'higlitanu lebein ha'umot. It was the humility of Rabbi Zachariah that destroyed our house and burnt our holy chambers and exiled us amongst the nations.
Right, it's not the same. To say that, but there is something about here. From the road is paved to good intentions.
Yeah,
with good intentions, right? Like the worst things sometimes are made not by the people that think that they are doing something bad, that they're trying to destroy something, but people that think that they're acting in good faith.
Yeah.
So
that a person cannot simply think about the piety of a matter as it exists in that moment. That a person has to look this way and that way. Look at every aspect of the matter. The person's mind can reach until he's able to truly understand which is better, to do it or not to do it. Hine haTorah tzivta, and the Torah has commanded us in Vayikra. Again, this was Numbers? No, Leviticus. Leviticus 19:17. Hocheach tochiach et amitecha, you shall surely rebuke your people. V'chama pa'amim yikanes adam lahochiach chatayim b'makom o bezman she'en davarav nishma'im. And many times a person will try to rebuke sins in a place and time when people aren't going to listen. V'gorem lahem lehitparetz yoter berisham, and he causes people to be worse and more sinful. Ulachalel Hashem, and to desecrate the name of God, losif al chataim pesha, and to add to their inadvertent sins, deliberate sins. Hine b'chayotze b'zeh eino min hachasidut ela lishtok. But in a situation like this, the truly pious thing to do is to shut up. V'kach amru zal, and similarly the rabbis said, Kishem in Yevamot 65b, Kishem shemitzvah lomar davar hanishma, kach mitzvah shelo lomar et she'eno nishma. Just as a person has an obligation to say that which will be heard, he has an obligation not to say that which will not be heard. Re'eh, pashut hu shera'ui l'chol adam lehiyot makdim v'ratz l'dvar mitzvah. And so, see, it is true, it is clear that a person should always run and be the first to do a command. And he should try to be one of the people who are involved in it. Sometimes this causes that there will be dissension regarding it, that it would cause some sort of bad view of the commandment, and that there will be a desecration of the name of heaven, more than it would become glorified, and anything that is like this. And in such a situation, it would be better that if a pious person would leave the commandment and not run after it. And regarding the Levites, the rabbi said in Bamidbar Rabbah 5:1, מפני שהיו יודעים שכל מי שטוען בארון שכרו מרובה, since they knew that whoever was among those who carried the ark, he would have great reward. היו מניחין את השולחן והמנורה והמזבחות וכולם רצים לארון ליטול שכר. So during the times of the tabernacles, people would want to specifically be the ones carrying the ark, and they would leave the table for the showbread and the menorah, the candelabra, and the altars, and all of them would run to be the ones to carry the ark. And from this there would be a fight. And one would say, I'm going to do it. And the other one would say, no, it's my job. And from this they would come to
dismissive behavior, or no, like unrespectful behavior.
Yeah, not being respectful, not being V'haita hashchina pogat abahem, and the Holy Spirit would be disgusted by them, would leave them, would hit them.
Pogad can be hit.
Hine chayav adam lishmor kol hamitzvot v'chol dikduktehem. A person has an obligation to keep all of the commandments in their details. Lifnei mi sheyihyeh v'lo yirah v'lo yevosh. He needs to do it regardless of who he's doing it in front of, and he shouldn't have a fear of them, and he should not be ashamed of them. V'chen hu omer, like it says in Psalm 119:46, v'dabra be'odotecha neged melachim v'lo evosh, and I will speak about your testimonies against the kings, and I will not be ashamed. V'chen shaninu heve az kenamer v'gomer, like we say in the Mishnah, we say every morning, be bold as a leopard, right? To do that which God wants. Omnam gam bezeh tzarich l'chiluk v'avchana ki kol zeh ne'emar al gufei hamitzvot. But even in this, a person has to distinguish and be discerning, because all of this is said about the mitzvot themselves. Chayavim anachnu bahem chova gemura, that we absolutely must do that. Shebahem yasim panav kechalamish, because regarding those, a person's face should be like stone. That he's definitely going to do it. Ach yesh eze tosfot chasidut she'im yaseh otam ha'adam lifnei hamon ha'am. But there are certain things that a person, if he does it in front of the common man, ha'am chaku alav v'yidlotzetzu, that people are going to laugh at him and they're going to make fun of him. ונמצאו חוטאים ונענשים על ידו, and they are sinning and they will be punished because of what he did. והוא היה יכול להניח מלעשות הדברים ההם. He didn't have to do such things. כי אינם חובה מוחלטת, because they're not things that he completely must do. This is one of the reasons some very, very great people, including very distinguished rabbis. For example, Rabbi Israel Kirzner, who is known outside the Jewish world as an economist. He's one of the great economists of our time. He passed away not too long ago. I think maybe in the late 90s or early 2000s. When he was an economist and he was lecturing all over the world, and frankly, it's not really clear why he didn't receive the Nobel Prize for economics. He probably should have. In fact, he definitely should have. But he wouldn't wear a yarmulke. He never wore a yarmulke outside of synagogue and studying Torah and stuff like that, right? Because wearing a yarmulke is just a minhag. And he understood in his situation it wouldn't be kavod shem shemayim, and there are other people who apparently similarly were given a psak. He was very close to Rav Hutner, by the way. He is the person who put together the teachings of Rav Hutner. So obviously it was Rav Hutner's teachings which led him not to wear a yarmulke, but he didn't wear a yarmulke. And so yeah, whatever. So okay, but that it would be better if he doesn't do it than if he does. And this is what it says in Micah. Verse 6-8, what does God want from you? The modest walking with the Lord your God. וכמה חסידים גדולים הניחו ממנהגי חסידותם בהיותם בין המון העם. And many great pious people would not leave and not do that the actions of the very pious when they were among the many people. Mishum de mechzeh kihiyuhara, because it would appear to them as if it is so yuhara is taking upon yourself airs, making yourself greater than you you rather would be. For example, apparently many great very pious women would make for themselves shawls that were four corners and had tzitziot, but they would make them in such a way that their tzitziot would not be shown, because they didn't want it to appear as if it was yuhara. And apparently, a lot of very, very pious, well-known wives of very, very pious rabbis were accustomed to do such thing, but they wouldn't. They would make the shawls in such a way that people wouldn't know that it's a talit metzuyetzet. Klalosh of davar. And the rule of the matter is, kol ma shehu ikari mitzvah yasehu lifnei kol mal'ig, that anything which is foundational in the commandments, he has to do regardless of whoever scorns him. Uma she'eino ikari, and something that is not essential, vehu gorem schok vehitul lo yasehu, and if it causes laughter and hitul, ridicule, he shouldn't do it. Nimtzeta lamed shehabal hitchased chasidut amiti. You see that a person who wants to actually be truly pious, tzarich sheishkol kol ma'asav lefi hatoladot hanimshachot mehem. He needs to consider what is actually going to be the result of what he's doing. V'lefi hatanaim hamit lavim lahem, and those conditions which come with them. Lefi ha'et, lefi ha'chevra, regarding the time, regarding the people around. Lefi ha'noseh, regarding the matter. Lefi ha'makom, or the place that where he is. V'aim ha'prisha tolid yoter kiddush shem shamayim, and through not doing it, he's going to bring about more of a sanctifying of the name of heaven, v'nahat ruach lefanav, and more pleasing to before God, min ha'maaseh, rather than he do it, yifrosh v'lo ya'aseh, then he shouldn't do it, and he should stay away. או אם מעשה אחד במראיתו הוא טוב ובתולדותיו או בתנאיו הוא רע, right? Or when he something seems good to him, but it's what comes out of it and its conditions are bad. ומעשה אחד רע במראיתו וטוב בתולדותיו, or and what another action is bad, but it in his view, but it has good repercussions. Hakol holech achar hachitum v'hatolada shehi prim ha'maaseh be'emet, and everything goes according to the seal and the fruit, the what is born of the matter, which is the fruit of which is the true fruit of an action.
Interesting.
Ve'ein hadavarim mesurim ela lelev mevin lesechel nachon, and such things are only for those who have an understanding heart and a right mind. Ki afshar leva'er hapratim she'ein lahem ketz, because a person you can't understand this propositionally. You can't. It's combinatorially explosive, as Verveki would say. V'Hashem yiten chokhmah mipiv da'at utavona, and God is the one who gives wisdom, and from His mouth comes understanding and knowledge. U'maaseh the Rabbi Tarfon yachiach, and the matter of Rabbi Tarfon will be the proof from Brachot 10b. Shehechmir lahatot kebeit shamai v'amru lo kedai hayita lachuv ba'atzmecha she'avarta al divrei beit Hillel af al pi shemachmir haya. That he had decided to do. Yeah, you want to say?
Yeah, I was reading that. I was going through Bachot. So he decided to. There was something. So he decided to stop by the road that he was traveling, and say the Shema, even though according to Hillel you don't need to do it if it will cause you harm or something like that. But he decided to do that, and the listim, the robbers on the road, almost killed him, robbed him, and almost killed him. So the rabbis told you deserve it because you weren't, according to Rabbi Hillel, you shouldn't have done it. So
right. And since you decided to do it, to be stringent, you're the one who brought this upon yourself. Okay. וזה שעניין מחלוקת מבית בית שמאי ובית הלל. And since this is something that there's a disagreement between the house of Shammai and the house of Hillel, היה עניין כבד לישראל מפני המחלוקת הגדולה שרבתה ביניהם. And this was a heavy matter for Israel because there was a great disagreement between them. סוף סוף נגמר שההלכה כבית הלל לעולם, and except for 3 matters, we always go according to בית הלל. הנה קיומה של תורה שגמר דין זה יישאר בכל תוקף לעד ולמי עולמים, right? And so we see that how this Torah, that's how we ended up forever and ever. ולא יחלש בשום פנים, and it will not be made light in any way. שלא תעשה תורה חס ושלום כשני תורות, that there should not be, God forbid, 2 different Torahs. ועל כן לדעת המשנה הזאת, יותר חסידות הוא להחזיק כבית הלל. It's more pious to actually do according to Beit Hillel, which is the more lenient one. אפילו לכולה, right? מלהחמיר כבית שמאי, rather than to take on some sort of stringency according to בית שמאי. וזה לנו לעיניים לראות איזה דרך ישכון אור באמת, and we have to understand where the light truly is. ובאמונה לעשות הישר בעיני השם, and to faithfully do that which is right before the eyes of God. No, we finished the entire chapter. That was an abrupt end to the chapter.
Nice.
That
was the Mishkal.
That was Mishkal. Yeah.
I gave it the way. I guess the way is not necessarily the scale. Really, it's
Diyun. I think it should have said Diyun, right? The weighing of the considerations of
the different elements of Chassidut.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what that's how the article really said it. So.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yafeh Me'od. Next week it will be your turn. And yeah, I don't think I would be very surprised if it takes us more than 5 weeks to finish this. Yeah, Ben's turn. So this is a letter that the Rebbe Maharash wrote, which the original letter, I mean, I don't know if you want to go, the original letter is printed in here as well. There's a translation, and my friend Jonathan wrote a commentary.
Okay.
So, yeah, but we can just do the letter itself. But yeah, this is available on whatchamacallit for
Amazon.
anybody who wants. Yeah, on Amazon. Yep. Okay, gonna end the stream.
Thank you, everybody.